So, hello everybody. Official good evening to you, or good day, good morning, wherever you are in the world. And I see in the chat that people are in lots of different exotic places, which makes me really, really jealous. So, first of all, I wanted you to see my face so you can see that I'm here and I'm with you. But I'm really excited to be sharing some massive value with you. And so, I really want you to get your pads and your pens ready. This is not going to be a training where I want you to go away with so much to do that you don't know what to do. I'm going to lead you into what to do at the very end. However, there's also probably going to be some moments when you're like, feel free to use the chat or write it down just for your pads and your pens. I'm cool with whatever you decide. But I will say that make sure you kind of immerse yourself into it, because that's why I'm going to switch my camera off, which I never do. But I'm really, really going to focus on delivering you some amazing value tonight. Currently in Spain. Oh, I love it. Some bits are cut off for the slides. Okay, I can't really do anything about that, which is annoying. I think that's your phone, maybe, because I'm looking at the audience view and it looks fine to me. So hopefully, and these are there for just assistance. It's more important like what I'm saying, so don't worry about that. Okay, so let me chop my camera off. There we go. There we go. Okay. So hopefully we should be fine. Your phone auto rotates. That's annoying, isn't it? I hate it when that happens. Okay. So as you guys know, my name, well, you might not know, but my name is Emma Cooper. I'm guessing you're here because you're probably like me. I started out my entrepreneur business 8.5 years ago in network marketing. And you're probably somebody who wants more as well. That's probably why you're in this industry. You probably aren't comfortable, though, with something in your business right now and how it's going. And it's probably recruiting if you're on this webinar, because we're talking about my super recruiting secrets. And that's, what's really, really important, isn't it? It's that we are looking into our businesses, looking at the area that I can't actually expand my slides any further. Like, that is it, guys. But don't worry. All the information, the vital information is there, I promise. And so it's really more important what I am saying. So that's just to give you a little heads up that they are in addition, but really the most important thing is kind of like what I'm saying. So don't worry too much about the slides. Hopefully that will be okay. Okay, and there's not too many slides with loads of writing on anyway. And again, it's just to reiterate kind of like what I'm saying anyway. So you're probably somebody like me who wanted more. It's really about finding what it is that you want and then finding the vehicle to make it happen. Now, you guys have obviously been like me and you find network marketing, but of course, network marketing is a business. And as we go on our journey, we find that there are lots of things that we need to learn. There are some things that we need to do in order to grow, because, if we want more in anything in life, and I really mean this, because lots of you will know that I lost my sister. She passed away just over a year ago from a rare and aggressive cancer. And I tell you this, not because of any sad story, but I tell you this because I have had to become more. And that's simply because I did not have the tools, the skills, the knowledge, the wisdom to be able to cope with that amount of pain of losing my sis. And this is the same in business as well. So if you want more in any areas of your life, you have to become more. You do. You just do. It might be that you need more skill. It might be that you need more knowledge. It might be that you need a better mindset. Whatever it is, you will need to become more. So I am a top business coach. I coach entrepreneurs and also network marketers specifically. And I'm a millionaire mum. I was a new mummy and I earned my first million within the first 2 years of starting my network marketing business. The thing that I found easiest, I must say, was recruitment. The thing that I thought I would find most difficult, but actually I just went to town learning more, was sales, which the irony is I am now a social media sales and marketing expert. And that's because I put time and attention to where I needed most. And that's probably why you're sat on here tonight. Comment, let me know in the chat, is recruiting the area in your business that you need to focus on most? Because is that actually the area that scares you the most? The area that you feel like, oh my God, this is just not for me. Okay, yes. Okay, loads of people. So this is probably really going to hit home what I'm going to talk to you about next. I'm the CEO of My Pro Planner, the #1 planner for network marketers and entrepreneurs. You can find lots of details about me, and I'm always updating my website. It's being worked on as we speak, EmmaCooperOnline.com. I'm going to be sending you to tonight's offer at the end, which is going to be a /something, which is going to have your unique special offer on, because you have been the people that are listening to the webinar. So that will only be for you. The CEO Online School of Entrepreneurs as well is my personal brand and my baby. And actually, what I'm going to offer at the end is part of that school. But this is where I really want to make more of an impact. I want to help more people. I want to ask you a question, and please answer this honestly, either to yourself. If you're watching the replay, that's fine. But if somebody was to ask you, is 380 friends enough to build a £1 million sales per month network marketing business? Would you think it was? Be honest. If you were to just be honest, if you were to speak to somebody and they would say to you, or that, you were to see that they only had 380 friends, what would you feel? See, a lot of people think no. Some people think yes. And if they were engaged, yes. This is honestly what I did in my business. I started my business. It sounds ridiculous, so I don't say it, but I wasn't actually on Facebook at all when I started my business. I used to dip in and dip out. I was a police officer, and I would dip in and dip out and have a little stalk and see what everyone was up to. But actually, I wasn't interested in growing my friends. I wasn't actually interested in engaging. I was trying to go sneaky beaky because I was working on kind of like undercover squads, if you like, plain clothes squads, and I didn't want anyone to be able to find me. So my initial goal with social media when I started was to go undercover, to go unnoticed. And so I got really good at stalking. I know loads of you are good at stalking as well. This is where I really kind of, I watched how people interacted. I watched how people engaged, but I wasn't that interested in social media, if I'm totally honest with you guys. But tonight, I'm going to reveal for the first time, actually, that the system that gives me the edge to recruiting, the system that's seen me go from someone with zero plan and missed out on a lot of prospects, believe me. And I've just been sorting out my Facebook friends and my followers and everything. And my team who do that will tell you, Emma, you are a disgrace. Because in the beginning, I had no system, I had no strategy. There were literally hundreds and hundreds of people in my message requests asking to work with me, to join my team. And I missed those. There were lots of people that I'd sent messages to, and then I never followed up with them. And the honest answer was because I just didn't have the skills in the beginning. Anyone feel like they don't have the skills to do this? Like, I just don't have the skills. I don't have the words. I don't know how often to contact people. I don't want to bother people. And so I just didn't have the answers initially. Now I have the answers. It's really annoying to see that there's so many people that I missed out on. But we all have a journey, right? And I'm here to help you not make the same mistakes as I did and get your hands on this new system, right? So it's not a new system, but it might be new to you. So I didn't want to be fearful anymore, because I was scared to come across as this little person who just sells some products to potentially like amazing people in my network. But I didn't feel professional enough to have the confidence to approach anyone in any industry that had achieved any amount of wealth, because I know that certain people of certain levels of wealth feel like they have it all sussed, right? That's how you feel as well. Yeah. I have this block that I don't want to approach people that I know have an amazing network. I know they're already successful. I know they know how to make money, but I don't want to approach them for my little business because I don't feel like I'm professional enough. Like I know what I'm doing enough. So many people feel this way. I'm going to show you how you can follow my proven method though. And you can generate the size business you want, the wealth, the success without any trade-off of like, oh, I don't feel good enough. I don't feel professional. This is exactly what this is going to give you. It's the system that has it all, every piece of the puzzle. And all of us have to find our own puzzle. Our businesses are a puzzle, and you've got to find your pieces of your puzzle that fit perfectly, that you are doing the business the way that feels professional to you. You feel confident, you feel amazing offering it to other people, so that you build this all-rounded, amazing business with really strong foundations that are going to stand the test of time. And I'm going to share this formula with you tonight. I'm going to share how you can successfully build and grow a network from a device, but without having to be completely hooked to a device. Anyone want to do that? because there was a time in my beginning of my journey where I was attached to my phone. I just couldn't calm down. I couldn't not answer a message. And that is not how I wanted to build a business. And it's not how I have built a business. I'm going to share with you how this evening, part of it. And I wanted to still do the things that I loved. I wanted to be able to, so tonight I've come back a night early from my motorhome holiday. Lots of you all know that, yeah, I've done the 5-star stuff. I still do it now and again. You know, I do the whole flying business class and all that lovely, nice stuff that everyone loves. But really at heart, I'm just that girl who likes to camp. So this business has to fit in around everything with me, even like with no Wi-Fi. So if you can honestly say, hands on your heart, you have a system that you can put in place that you can run, and even when you have no Wi-Fi, you know you've got a really great business. I'm gonna show you this. Was it worth putting the hard work in the beginning? Was it worth everything that I had to do in order to get to these systems? Now, this is the same systems that I've developed by having started, grown, developed my own kind of brand. You know, that's where I always wanted to be. I never wanted to just be somebody who was trying to sell products and trying to recruit a few team members. That was not me. I was taking it more seriously. I was really, really wanting to be a network marketing professional. Now, yes, it was worth it. You can see some of the things on the screen that, to be honest, I'm really proud of. You know, but did I ever think in my wildest flipping dreams that would ever be my story on a slide? No, absolutely not. And I had a great mindset, but some things just seemed too far-fetched. And this was one of those. And that's okay. Like, that's okay if it feels a little bit far-fetched. Don't worry about it. The main thing is that I'm going to give you the head start that you need, because I did not have a head start when I joined. I did all the footwork. I have spent an obscene amount of money finding the pieces to my puzzle. I have been down, any of you know those rabbit holes that you go down trying to find just that one missing thing that you just need to know, or, you know, those tips, tricks and advices, and the people that you look up to, like, what the hell are they doing? They are definitely doing something different, and they just don't want to tell you. It's true. They just don't want to tell you. And the reality is that you'll never get to know unless you really invest. And so sometimes you have to really invest, and I had to really, really invest, but it was worth it. I got to put down my dream home with 50% deposit on that. So I didn't want a big mortgage. I went to from police officer, I should say, to 6-figure months within just 2 years. I was doing over £1 million, my team and I, in sales per month within the first year. I had a team. I think this is right. I can't be sure. It's probably more, and I've under-egged it because I like to kind of under-egg things rather than over-egg. But I think it was around 1,500 distributors in the first 12 months. And then now we're looking at over 65,000. But the one thing I'm really, really proud of is that I built a family business. My sister, my brother and I all built our businesses together. And obviously now you've heard that I lost my sister. We lost our sister, I should say, over 12 months ago. You'll probably realize like how special that has been. To be able to build a business alongside your siblings has just been amazing. And the team culture and the spirit, I must say, I was privately coached by Ray and Jessica Higdon. They're amazing. And they gave me a lot of knowledge and insight to then build upon my own systems. And I really have a lot to thank them for. They really opened up my eyes to the world of networking a lot more. I think I was quite like introverted with it, and up until I came across them and became part of their top earner club. So, you know, I have a lot to thank them for. But all of these things were actually things that, you know, not all of them were goals, but most of them were goals. Yes, that's right, Joe, Ray and Jessica, they're wonderful. So let me share with you the mission. Now, because I've been in network marketing for almost a decade, 8.5 years, nearly a decade, isn't it? I've been fortunate enough, I should say, to coach probably hundreds of thousands, actually. hundreds of thousands, I would say, of network marketers from all around the world, inside, outside of my company, lots of you on the call. If I've given you advice and I'm not in the same company as you, then please give me a hell yeah in the comments, because I love to do that. We're all in a wonderful, wonderful industry and profession, and we should share best practices, I believe. And with working with so many different people, I've seen some patterns and trends occur, as you can imagine, as you do when you work with a lot of people. Now, this is why my mission is to help so many network marketers get unstuck, because I see so many people stuck. And I very much live by the saying, you can pop a yes in the comments if you like, or just say like, yeah, I've heard her say this before, because I say this all the time, like, you don't know until you know. And it's because you don't. So many people say to me, oh my God, I just didn't know that. Oh my God, I've been doing it wrong. Oh no, this is terrible. And it's never terrible, because you don't know until you know. And until someone says to you, like, listen, are you open to some feedback, or are you willing for me to help you out? Because I see so many network marketers all the time, like they've nearly got it, but they just fall foul at the last bit, or they're just missing that one piece of the ingredient. And I'm like, oh, can I just tell you, do you mind? Most people say yes, some people say no, and that's cool. But you don't know there's a better way of doing something until you learn a new way. And then it feels better, and you're like, oh my God, how come I wasn't doing this the whole time? How did I not know about this? Or, oh my God, I don't know anybody who does it this way. So I'm going to share with you these two types of people now, and I want you to identify which one you are. And this might be hard hitting. This might be an honest conversation inwardly that you're having with yourselves. And I really want you to think about this. This is something that I heard on a webinar I once listened to before I invested in myself, and it hit home. And it's why I'm sharing it with you. And I'm sorry, Luce, because you've probably heard this before, but I'm going to share it with you. I'm going to take a sip of water and then I'm going to share it, because gosh, I've got a dry mouth. Okay, two different kinds of people I found from the hundreds of thousands of people that I've worked with and that I continue to work with. The first type of person I call the planner. Now, the planner is the person who's done some work on themselves. They've sought out some materials. Maybe they've bought some books. Maybe they've listened to some webinars like this, or maybe podcasts, or they've attended some trainings, and they know the importance of getting better and seeking out more knowledge. They know that the business they want to build is possible, and they know that they can build an amazing business, they can build amazing wealth, but they just never quite seem to make it happen. The planner works really, really hard, and yet they just manage to scrape by, just making enough to justify while they're still doing it. The planner usually relies on just one stream of income, and because of that, they're scared. The planner fears that this is their only shot of growing their income, and because of that, the more they're doing, the harder they're working, the more frustrated they're getting. And they really worry that it's just not going to happen for them. It's just not for them. They're not just the one. They know it's possible to have huge success. They love the industry. They love their company. They love their products. They love their opportunity. They know it's possible to build a team and have massive growth. And they hope and they wonder when it'll finally click for them, when they'll find the missing pieces to the puzzle, and they feel they need to make it happen so that the full-time income can build up and they can do whatever it is that their goal is. But the main problem with the planner is that they never take action in the right way. The planner says they're working hard and has, the I'll get there eventually, or when the time is right attitude. And they say they're working hard, but they're not getting results. But really, the planner is just planning. They're scared of taking the right steps because of their lack of confidence and knowledge to do so. And when it comes to taking action and commitment, they stall. They're always staying in that planning phase rather than doing and succeeding. And honestly, they're just totally stuck, tired, and even exhausted, losing passion for their industry, their business. But they still have something burning inside them, but they're frustrated. And they see others succeeding and seem to have it all. And even on a great day when they're up and at them and they sit down to do their business and they're like, right, that's it. I've planned out, I've put a time aside. They're confused. They don't know what step to take first, and they're just fed up. You need to know that what you're doing today will definitely pay off tomorrow. Oh, quietly puts your hand up. I know. The planner needs to know that what they're doing today is going to definitely pay off tomorrow. I'll say it again. You want to know that what you're doing today is definitely going to pay off tomorrow, because most people just don't have the time to mess around. If you know what you're doing today is going to pay off, maybe not tomorrow, you know what I mean? But, it's going to pay off. You'll 100% take the action. But if you're confused, a confused person takes no action. The planner's confused. And then we have the pro. So for all you planners, please don't feel bad. Remember, I said I've spoken to hundreds of thousands, and this is the common case. Then we have the pro, otherwise known as the doer. So we've got the dreamer and the doer, or the planner and the pro. Now, the pro is calm enough and clear enough to listen to their intuition that tells them when something is right, tells them when something is in line with where they want to be or where they want to go. They build a strong business and a strong income, and they have a millionaire mindset, an abundance mindset. They're not scared to go after what they want. The pro knows what they want, and they have the ability to focus on it and do the activity they need to do until they get to the goal. The pro happily pays for professional mentoring because they know that this is just going to accelerate getting to their results. The pro is in control, and they've got total and utter peace of mind because the pro feels really proud and is the kind of person who's going to look back and know that they took the right action at the right time. They don't rely on anyone else for their success because the pro knows that they've got this. They have unwavering certainty. From getting the results, their confidence is just always growing. Because of that, they're always showing up. And when they set a goal, they go after it because they know they're going to achieve it. The pro builds a loyal base of supporters and customers and attracts paying customers or clients in abundance. I don't know exactly where you are right now, but I do know that most people are more planner than pro. They are. Most people are just more planner than pro. They're more dreamer than doer. Most people just are. But I also know that if you're still here listening to this webinar right now, which is everyone who logged on, crazy. I knew I was surrounding myself with the right people, but I know that if you're still logged on, then you've got a shot at being in the 2%, because most people don't finish trainings like this. So let's see who's here at the end. What's the real difference between the planner and the pro? Well, the one main difference between the planner and the pro is simple. It's about making the right choices and, in my opinion, taking inspired action. When you feel called, when you feel the rush of this is it, this is what I need to know, this is what I need to learn, then it's taking the action, because success is a series of sensible choices that will get you to where you want to go. Success by your own definition. And right now, you get the chance to make a sensible decision. Let's make the decision right now together. Do you want to be a planner in the 98%, or do you want to be a pro in the 2%? Do you want this to just be another video in the rabbit hole of expeditions that you go on trying to find those pieces to your puzzle? Or do you want it to be the start of a new direction that you're going to take from today, where you're right now going to make the decision to go pro, and you're going to change the trajectory that you're on? I know how it feels to play small. I played small for so long, going around in the same circle until I decided that enough was enough. And it didn't bring me anything other than frustration until I decided enough was enough, because the feeling of breaking free and actually playing big, finding what you need to actually make the change and propel you forward, is the best feeling. And if you want to create an amazing business, amazing life, freedom that you actually desire, then I'm here to tell you that you absolutely can. You just need help from someone who's had the same frustrations as you, has achieved what you want to achieve despite those frustrations. And it's really that simple. People who have mentors or who find the information and can learn from somebody, they reach their goals faster than those that don't. That's just a fact. So if you want to create the life and the business that you really want, in order to live the life that you really love, not just the life that you're settling for, then stay on until the end, because I'm going to share with you the secrets, the 7 secrets to being a super recruiter. Now, I'm going to reveal this for the first time, actually, the system that absolutely gives me the edge when it comes to recruiting. And tonight I'm going to share with you these secrets that make up my recruiting system. And that is professional. It's step by step. It's simple to use, and you will be really proud to use it. Remember, when you make the first contact with any prospect, you're instantly coaching them. So I want you to think about that as we go through. What have you previously been speaking to people like? How have you been previously showing up as somebody who is recruiting and building a team? How do you come across to other people? Do you come across as professional, structured, and organized? Do you come across as someone who really values their time? Or are you someone who's, oh, let me know when's good for you, or let me know when you can watch the video, or hey, will you be able to make it onto the webinar tonight? Is it that kind of person that's kind of desperate? Or is it somebody saying like, hey, wait for me, don't go without me, don't take me off your list? This is what I have built. I've built a system that people are begging you for your time, that people are asking you, don't get me off your list. Don't take me off your list. Like I need you, but for whatever reason, I haven't replied yet or whatever. Now, this system has it all, each piece of the recruiting cake that makes up the perfect secret recipe, if you like, that it takes to build a full, all-rounded business with really strong foundations. Now, it's not just about you learning how to do this. It's about having a system and a way of doing this that you can share with everybody else, remember. And we're going to talk about that. Now, you're probably one of these 3 different types of people. You're either type 1, you're too scared to get started in building a team. You can put 1, 2, or 3, by the way, in the comments, but you're too scared to get started in building a team because you don't think you can. You just don't think anyone is going to join you, and you think you're better off just sticking with the retailing, and I just want to stick as that. And I don't really want to build a team because, I'm good with I just love the products. And actually behind it, you're thinking, but can I do it? You might be number 2, lots of 2s there, lots of number 2s. You've recruited 1 or 2, you maybe even got a small team, but they're not very consistent. You struggle for time because you don't feel like you have a strategy or a system that makes it easy for you to do the daily activity that you need to do. Maybe even you don't even like the thought of the daily activity. You're like, I don't even want to do what I'm supposed to do because it just feels ick. It just doesn't feel great. Maybe you're number 3. Maybe you're a really good recruiter, but you can't seem to help your team. Maybe you're doing it your way, but it isn't duplicatable because you're doing something that I know that other people just can't do. And you maybe don't have any systems in place or tools to make it easy for you or your team to do what it is that you need to do. Now, I've helped a lot of people achieve a lot of things. And those things, of course, the massive things in network marketing come when you are building an empire, you're building, a team. But actually, some of the people that I have helped along the way have been people who have built up, £1,000 a month. And over the last 3 years, they've actually built £36,000 up to pay off their mortgage. Maybe, yes, I've helped the 6-figure earners and the multiple 6 figures, and that's all cool. But really, what I want you to think about right now as we go through this is what is this going to mean to you? What difference is this going to be in your life? And just take a look at the comments that everyone's commenting. Like, most people are more alike than different. And also you can see that it takes all sorts. There are different people in our industry and they're wanting different things. Now, I could go on with testimonials of people that I work with, but I won't, because really this is about value. And the formula that got me to where I am. It got me to feeling so in line and in tune with what I do. It got me feeling proud of what I do. And it got me feeling professional, that I can approach anybody on any level of success in their life and share with them what it is that I do and how I can help them with confidence. So before I put this together, obviously things were different. I didn't have a system. My mum's bathing the baby and he hates getting changed. He hates getting changed. He's terrible at getting changed. It's because his bottle's coming. He's a hungry boy. Okay, so before I had this, of course, things were really different. I was really busy on my phone all the time. I was typing out probably the same kind of messages over and over again. I was not having a structure. I had pieces of paper everywhere. I would have my list on a spreadsheet, then I would change that to paper form, then I would write it, then I would print it off and do it again. And I would just be in a muddle. So because of that, I never felt professional. I never felt that I could share with somebody how to build a really structured and organized business in the pockets of time. And that's what I was supposed to be sharing. And it really got on my nerves that I felt like I just couldn't. So let me share with you each secret, 7 secrets to becoming a pro at team building, to becoming that super recruiter that I needed to be. Now, I think this can make or break a goal, secret one, mindset, and everyone hates to see the word, and I know it, but I don't care because it's necessary. Most people, if you're watching, are maybe in the wrong mindset around recruiting. And I think that your mindset around recruiting can be really fragile if you don't feel that you have the right system, you don't have the right words, you don't have the right steps to follow. And I can understand how you can start questioning whether you're just not very good at it at all, or you're just not supposed to be a team builder or a leader or a top earner or whatever. I believe that this is huge to mastering your business in order to help build a team. And it is the step that most people miss, and it can have huge detrimental effects. One secret I'll share with you is that mind comes before money. Mind comes, write that down, mind comes before money. Because without the right mindset, you cannot have the money. And without continuing to develop your mindset, then you may be able to get the money, but without the right mindset, you won't be able to keep it or invest it to make more. Now, I know this because I've worked from the wrong mindset, doing exactly the same activity. And I've worked from the wrong mindset with the wrong set of beliefs and values. And it's hard. It's really hard. It's like every morning you're running into a brick wall. You wake up with great intentions, you sprint out of bed, but you run into that brick wall over and over and over again. Everything is hard. Life feels hard. I've worked from that place. So I know that this is the first step. This is the foundation phase, because if something is built on weak foundations, what happens? The first sign of a gust of wind, the first impact, it'll crumble, and you'll need to take time to build that back up again. Some of you might have heard of my elastic band effect. This is similar to that. And this is about looking at you, looking at who you need to become in order to have the success you want. When I built from the right mindset and the right values, it felt easy. I can tell you, I remember where I was when the words came out of my mouth, when I said to my husband, like, it feels like everything I touch turns to gold. I'm nearly back on that height of mindset. It's taken me some time after losing my sis. I can't lie. I'm not immortal. I could sit here and say, like, I have the everything, 100% mindset, and I believe in different mindsets. It's not true. I really miss my sis, and it's tough most days. But I'm getting there because I will not stop working on myself. Now, when we're talking about a recruiting mindset, it's really more of a question of, who do you have to become in order to be the super recruiter? Stop in thinking about the doing and more about the being and becoming. In my Team Builder Pro, which is the program I'm going to talk to you about at the end of this, I'm going to share with you a lot about mindset to start with. Now, I've never, ever sat with another top earner, another top recruiter, and they've had a poor mindset when they're achieving. Never. They've never had a poor relationship with money either when they're achieving and succeeding. Never. So think about it. This is the one common denominator that all people who are succeeding get, have, are in control of, because they know that they always need to be growing. This leads me on to number 2, because without the right mindset, it's hard to show up. Social media can be done so right, but also so wrong. I see so many people, they join my team, they see how I do things, they do it the right way, and they achieve success. And I've seen so many people not copy or try and forge their own way, and it can be way more difficult. I see a lot on social media. You guys comment yes. Comment yes. If you've seen people on social media, you know the right way to do it. But you've seen so many people like, join my team, look at how amazing my life is, look at me at home with my children kind of posts. I hate that. I hate it. Let me tell you something. I am not too big. I'm not too big or too proud to say I did a lot of things wrong in the beginning. But you know, I'm really proud of it. I don't care, because I'm somebody who could say, I did it wrong. I learned a lot. I did it right. And guess what? When you do it right, it's way easier to build it. Yes, I know some people sent some bad messages and stuff like that. It's okay. It's okay. You can claw it back. You can redeem yourself. But I see so many people still doing it wrong. Now, our industry has become very well received. But with a lot of people doing it the wrong way, giving people the wrong perception, doing it in that really like out there, join my team, look how amazing my life is kind of way, it's not going to be great for the industry, which is why one of my missions is to really, really help professionalize the industry. And that is seriously at the forefront of my mind. Now, we're all seasoned now at buying online. We're all seasoned at weeding out the rubbish that we see online to the good value stuff. We're not stupid. We're not stupid. And neither are the people that you are attracting. Neither are the people that you are marketing to, your network. I also see people who really they nearly have it right, but they just some tweaks and some tips that could make a huge, huge difference to their results. And if they just had a little bit of guidance or were open to learning a little bit more, I guess, that's cool. Joe says about friend requests from strangers. Listen, if you have friend requested me, you are going to get a message. And I teach this in the program I'm going to talk about at the end. You're going to get a message saying, hey, I've noticed you friend requested me. That's really cool. Most people follow me for this reason, that reason, or the other reason. Does one of those sound like you? And some people will say, no, I just wanted to connect with like-minded people. Well, that makes me scream, absolute nonsense. I don't say nonsense in my head. You can probably imagine the word that I say, but it is nonsense. I like to connect with like-minded people. No, you flaming don't. You've probably got a family. You've probably got screaming kids. You've probably got a really hectic life. Like, you don't like to flip in, connect with. You haven't got enough time with the friends or the family that you really, really love. So don't you BS me and try and tell me that you like to connect with people that I don't know, what is it even? I don't know what they say. It's nonsense. And I say, like, that's cool. Like, I don't, I'm just looking to connect with people I know or I've met or I have something really in common with. So sorry, I can't be your friend right now. It's true though. Like, social media can be done the right way or the wrong way. And I want to connect with people that, like-minded. Nonsense. What does that even mean? Don't be that guy. Social media is always about getting people to just raise their hands. This is what marketing is around, and we're in network marketing. Come on, half of the title is the biggest clue. Marketing. Most people don't even think that they have to market very much, but people have to see things on average 33 times before they take any action, like raising their hand, anything. This crazy 33 times. Yeah, someone will post a story or do a post and be like, oh, no one commented. Yeah, this is just not for me. I can't sell. I can't do anything, which, without even learning anything. So it's crazy. So social media, there is a lot to learn. I know, but it is definitely one piece of your puzzle that you really have to master. And in the Team Builder Pro course, we're going to talk about that. Now, secret 3 is the words. The words. Anyone heard this saying? You can say whatever word comes into your head. I don't mind if it's a bad one. But when I say to you, you don't need an upline, you need a downline, does that not just evoke serious anger in you? I hated it when people said it. I was fuming, because I'm like, well, you could say that, but if you don't have anyone that's going to tell you how to do something, and you're going to go down all these rabbit holes and spend so much time looking, then don't tell me that I need a downline, because I don't know what to tell them. I don't know what to teach them. You need to say everything you do needs to be duplicatable. I don't know what to do. Tell me what to do, because if I don't have an upline, how the hell am I going to get a downline? I don't know what to do to get a downline. Where do I learn? Where do I start? What steps do I take first? It's true, isn't it? You don't need an upline, you need a downline. Well, that's said by some top earner who's got a flaming upline and taught them everything, or they, bought a course that taught them some good stuff, and then they paid a lot of money to find all the pieces to the puzzle. They probably paid a fortune to find it. Such a stupid thing to say. You don't need an upline, you need a downline. Yeah, really? No, this is not true. Most people don't put enough thought and feeling into what it is that they're saying. They just splash stuff out there. And that is not my intention with, what I'm going to share with you. It's not my intention to just give you the words and say crack on. It's my intention to give you the words and then for you to craft your way. It has to be still on the same kind of pathway of what I teach, but it is important that the words sound like they're from you. And the words are important. I don't care what anyone says. And everyone's like, you've got to be authentic. You've got to be able to do it yourself. You've got to be able to do this, that, and the other. And you're like, okay, fair enough. But can you give me a starting point? Can you give me some idea of what I should say, how often I should say it, when I should go back to them? The words are important. Build an audience. This is the thing that's missed out of every flipping thing I've ever paid for. It absolutely drains the life out of me that nobody teaches it. We all talk about network marketing. We talk about it being an online business, and yet nobody teaches how to build a network online authentically without going and like adding people, you know, that you just don't know and trying to make out you know, like to hook up with like-minded people and all that stuff. Like that is what you don't know. You don't know how to build an audience. If you're saying like, oh, you know what? Like I've spoken to all of my network. I'm always like, I don't understand. How can you speak to everybody? Because surely you're building a business from the get-go. Building an audience from the get-go. No. Well, then I understand your fear. I understand the fear. One of my biggest fears at the beginning was I'm just going to run out of people. I've only got 380 mates on Facebook. Some of those I don't even know. I do not add. I never, ever friend requested somebody I didn't know and sent them a message. Never, ever. Because I network online and I don't need to. And if you do it the right way, they'll message you. That is right. It's a scary place, Amanda, to be in a place where you feel like you're running out of people. Because you're like, what am I supposed to do then? So I'll slow down. And of course, the results slow down. Then you're like, I'm rubbish at this. I'm just not meant to be. And probably eventually will give up. And that's a dangerous place to be. Next part, the follow-up. And Alice, you can build an audience and you can build the confidence. I promise. It's totally doable. The follow-up. Well, can I just say something about building an audience? Like most people feel like, okay, I don't know how to say this in the most like PC way, but stuff it. I'm just going to say it in my way. And the whole thing is, look, if you don't like me and how I speak about things and how I coach, you're not going to like what I'm offering anyway, because that is me and how I coach. So I'm just going to say it, put it out there, forget about being PC. Like, it does not matter what type of person you are. If you're an introvert, if you are awkward, if you are socially awkward, if you are somebody who likes wild and crazy hair, if you are pierced in every single part of your body, if you're tattooed from head to toe, let me tell you something, you can build a network. You don't have to be everybody's cup of tea, but you have to be your ideal audience's cup of tea. Now, your ideal audience, if you're like socially awkward, guess what? Somebody else who's socially awkward will be inspired by you. They'll be inspired by you being able to build a team and therefore, you know, build a business. They're going to be inspired. They'll probably join you. They probably won't join a person who is like totally out there, a real extrovert, seemingly like really confident, maybe one of those like influencer types. They're not going to join them. They're just not, because they're like, oh, well, that's all right for her. That's all right for her because she's like that. And that's what I would need to be in order to do that. Not the case. If you're someone who's socially awkward, you're going to look for somebody else, social proof that somebody else who's socially awkward is going to, you know, be able to teach me how to be socially awkward, but still be successful. When you go to events, when you see people like hanging out online, top earners, or like whoever you look up to and you get inspired by, like, I know that I look at their tribe and they're the same as them. So I mean, there's a whole group of people with crazy colored hair and I love it. Every different colors of the rainbow. And it's absolutely fantastic. It's not weird to me that they would all have found each other. Like that's totally understandable, right? That one person with crazy hair meets another person with crazy colored hair and they go, oh my God, I think you're cool. They're like, well, I think you're cool. And then you like, well, what do you do? And what do you do? Well, I do this and you might want to do this as well. And they, yeah, okay, I'll take a look at that. And oh, well, if she can do it and she's got crazy hair and she wears like really cool clothes because you guys think each other are cool because that's you, then you're going to be fine with that. So this is my point, right? I don't know if this is like PC or whatever, but that's what I'm saying. Look, you will find people who are like you. Be careful how you're showing up because you will find more people like you. So if you're showing up as this angry, blaming kind of victim person, you're going to find more people like that. They're really hard. If I identify one of those, like that message me, I go on their profile, I have a look what they posted. If they're like victim status and like mindset and all that stuff, and they like have like massive blowouts and stuff on Facebook, I am not going to work with them. I don't care what anybody tries to tell me. I'm not working with them. I am not working with them. I don't mind if like you're going through a tough time. I don't mind if you can get sad sometimes. I don't mind if you have challenges, you know, that's cool. But if you're just like someone who's angry and just throws it out there, like I don't really want to be around that kind of stuff. So you build an audience of what you like. You build an audience that attracts you. And that's cool. Right, now I need to move on to follow-up, so I don't want to keep you guys too long. Follow-up is my favorite part. And you know why? Because it caused me the most blinking pain. The most pain. Because nobody teaches what to say, when to say it, how often to say it. Nobody teaches how to follow up and not be an absolute donut when you follow it up. You don't want to sound desperate. You don't be like, oh, hey, sorry to bother you again. I know it's Saturday, but are you going to be on this webinar on Monday that you promised you'd be on 2 weeks ago? Like, I don't want to be that person. How many of you are, just type fortune if you've heard the saying, fortune is in the follow-up. Please type again, duh, just D-U-H. D-U-H, if nobody ever told you what to say. Nobody ever, everyone says fortune is in the follow-up. What the bloody hell do I say? When do I say it? How often do I say it? I was so sick and tired of everyone telling me the fortune was in the follow-up. I sat in a really successful person's house, way more successful than me, that'd been in the business, oh gosh, probably 4 or 5 times as long as me. And they were talking about somebody in America. And they said, she's amazing. And I was like, why is she amazing? And they said, because she's got impeccable follow-up. And I thought, like, well, I want to copy what the amazing people are doing. So what do you mean by impeccable follow-up? But she couldn't tell me. She was like, well, her follow-up system is amazing. I'm like, yeah, okay, but so what is that? What does she do? Well, she follows up. I thought in my head, you know what I'm like? I'm really like black and white and straight to the point. I'm like, I'm getting nowhere here. So I'm not going to ask any more questions. This is stupid. I'm just going to go away and I'm going to find a follow-up system because this is ridiculous to me. It's like the, you know, like that secret thing that people talk about, but they never actually tell you about. So annoying. That was follow-up. So I have created my own follow-up system. Yes, it's going to be in my Team Builder Pro that I'm going to talk to you about at the end. Of course, this cost me a lot of money to find this system. This cost me a lot of money to find the words. I'll give you a little brief sneak peek in a minute, but it is annoying as hell. And it's been the biggest difference to me. It's been the one thing that took me from feeling desperate, disorganized, and just completely discouraged into thinking, oh my God, I got this covered. I don't feel like I'm bothering people. I am literally coaching them from the beginning. Like, I'm not desperate. You don't have to be desperate. You can be a super, super successful person who's achieved amazing things. But if you see something in my opportunity and you see how I'm working and how I'm doing this with you, you will see that I don't bother you. I'm not running a little business. I'm running a really professional business. Oh, happy birthday, Anna. Happy birthday, darling. I'm not going to sing, but sending you happy birthday. I'll do a little cheers after this to you. So it's really important that you feel professional, that you know that what you're doing is a system, that you're following it, that you're not like thinking, you know, every time you're messaging someone, oh, what would be appropriate to message them? They said this to me and I said that to, no, you need to be able to run your business in the pockets of time. So the thinking bit we need to get rid of, and we need to put in a system. And that's what my follow-up system is. Then you need the tools. When people are like, what do you send for this? What do you send when they ask you? I love you guys saying happy birthday to Anna. You're so cute. I love you guys. Okay, then we have the tools. So people are like, so hold on. When you offer the business, what do you send them? When they say, yes, they want to see a bit, what do you send them then? When they say, yes, they're interested, then what do you do then? Like, what are the tools that I can develop or I need to hand? What are they? So I very much run by a specific recruiting system where I send like a 3 to 5 minute link. Then I send a full business presentation, which is 20, 30, maybe even 40 minutes. That's cool. But you develop your own. We all have different businesses we're a part of. We all have different marketing plans. We all have different benefits. And so we all have different products. So you might want to show those. In the Team Builder Pro, I go through like what you might want to show and what you might want to create and how you can create those things. So those tools you can create yourself. No, you don't have to be super successful to be able to create your own tools. No, you don't have to have a really professional video. The most successful videos that I've used were the ones that I didn't create professionally, that were literally just me, my iPhone sat in my front room. And in fact, my most successful one ever, I had an earpiece, like a bit like an ear, I just literally had a headphone earpiece in one ear with my hair down on the one side, and I was listening because I had recorded what I wanted to say, and I was listening to myself in my ear and I was repeating it. I don't even care a bit in that, because listen, you've got to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere. Step 7, secret 7 is duplicatable. Has to be duplicatable. So annoying when people say this all the time. You're like, duplicatable? What do you mean duplicate? This means that you can teach people what it is that you do. And if you're just running off, well, my personality attracts people, or well, I just say this and then they say this, and or well, if you're somebody who, like, I always find this with like people who have, like, if you're in health and wellness, they have beauty salons or things, they tend to be able to sell more product, recruit more people, because they have a position of influence and they already have a target audience of people who want to look better and feel better, right? So that's going to be easier in a way. So is that duplicatable? No. So you have to be able to give them a system that they can teach other people. Okay. And that was the most important thing. That was the most important thing. I have got the equivalent of whiteboards now. I'm going to show you in a second. Now, I'm going to give you two things that you should do now and 2 things that you shouldn't do now. But let's start with the 2 things that you shouldn't do. You should never assume. This is something I learned in the police. It makes an ass out of you and me. That's what assume stands for. Don't just assume that because you have a great product, you have a great service, you have a great business opportunity, you love your product, your service, your business opportunity, that you'll have a successful business and you'll be able to attract and convert people into paying customers or team members. That is not the case. You probably know this already, that if your business isn't growing right now, or it's not where you want it to be, that having product, service, or business opportunity is not enough. Starting a business isn't enough. It's all of those 7 steps that I've just taken you through of growing and building it that will make a massive difference. So from listening to those proven steps, I'm sure you sat there thinking, yep, I don't do that. Yep, I need to know more of that. Yep, I wouldn't know where to start with that. Yep, I need to do that better. And you're like, oh my God, I'm so confused. But you know that just because you have a great product, service, business opportunity doesn't mean you're going to have a great business. I need you to understand this. Don't assume. Sadly, I see so many awesome people with great companies never really get off the ground. And it's never because of that. It's always because of how you're marketing yourself, marketing your product, marketing your business opportunity. And actually, this reason alone is one of the reasons that I became a coach, because I felt like it isn't fair that people just don't know. And I want to reach more people. I want to share my knowledge and let people know the step-by-step. Another thing you shouldn't do, don't shy away. Don't doubt. You're definitely in the right industry. You're taking the time to show up right now that says you have the passion, you're willing to work, like you're taking time out of your day that you could be placing elsewhere. And you're right, Luce, you don't know until you know. Yes, I will send out a copy by email. Don't shy away from moving in the direction that you want to move in. If ever you felt that you doubt that you have imposter syndrome, where you feel like, oh my God, I'm going to find out that I actually know nothing, or you're just getting the urge to back up or shy away on your dreams. Maybe you're thinking like, do you know what? I am just happy with what I've got. I'm just happy, like here I am. Or maybe you're thinking like, I'm just not a good recruiter. Yeah, I'm just not good. I'm just going to sit back here and I'm just going to, focus on these products. Stop backing up. Stop shying away. Don't shy away. Listen to me when I tell you that when I first started, the thing that I was most petrified of was sales. I paid more attention to what I wasn't good at than what I was good at. That made me an incredible retailer. Incredible. Because I put a lot of attention there. Recruiting came naturally. But guess what? I didn't have a system that I could teach. I then had to put attention there. And I built the system. I created the system. Now, I have a couple of things to say to you. Some quotes. I want these to stick into your head. Write them down. You haven't come this far only to come this far. Write it down. You haven't come this far to only come this far. Another one to write down. Going slowly in the right direction is better than going fast in the wrong direction. All my Impact Academy members are like, oh my God, she always says this. It's so true. It is true. Going slowly in the right direction is better than going fast in the wrong direction. Speed isn't important unless you really need to go fast. It's not important unless you have to. What's important is going in the right direction. Most people are going in the wrong direction, or they're just walking around in circles because they don't know where the flaming right direction is. They're waiting for a road sign, a signpost of someone to say, come along, let me hold your hand, follow me, let me show you. The do's and the don'ts. Here's some do's. Taking action. Start with the system. You've probably got to where you are right now, or you're in a place right now. You've got to with very little or no strategy. Maybe you used to have a strategy that worked to a certain point, and now you need to look at a system or a strategy that's going to work for you because you want to grow. Maybe it's learning this system. First comes learning the system, second comes taking the action. The implementing that strategy, and then comes learning the leadership skills in order to teach others that duplicatable system that you've now learned. This will give you growth. It'll give you leverage in your business. Like, nobody was there to give me a system like this. Flipping heck, I tell you what. I look back now and think, wow, if I'd have had this in the beginning, I cannot even begin to imagine. You know, I made the first million in the first 2 years, but I cannot tell you how fast I know that I could have made differences. Now, you know, like a lot of people who achieve things fast, or a lot of people achieve things at certain different times, like they are too scared, or their ego won't let them say times were different. I'm here to tell you times were different. Times were different when I built in the beginning, because that was 2013, 14, 15, and now we're in 2022. But equally, times were different. There are bigger bonuses to right now than when I built. So when I built, the main and only platform really was Facebook. Really, Twitter, like, it was stupid. Like, it was never going to be for network marketing. But it was different. So Luce, yes, times were different. But now you have more people, which means more eyes. Now, anyone who had their business up and running and were doing the activity in lockdown, tell me, I bet your income rose by 4, 5, 6, 7, even 10 times as much as what it was before lockdown. What happened after lockdown? It dropped. Of course. What does this tell you? Let's just be really real here. I know people like to beef up, like, oh my God, my business grew by 4 or 5 times. Like, mine did too. But I'm honest about it. I'm honest about it. And I will tell you that this is really like dumb if you didn't think why. Think why. More eyes on social media, more people at home, more phones in their hand, more eyes on their social medias, which means more eyes on what you were promoting, more eyes on it, more people raise their hands, more people join or buy your products. Simple as that. However, you can remember the things that you're doing to grow. You were posting every day. You were posting every day. You were sharing more value. You were sharing things about you and your family and what you were doing in lockdown. This is just what you need to keep doing. That's it. I'll tell you, my business didn't grow in lockdown like it did in the beginning of my journey. Nothing like it. Not at that rate. Nowhere. I built it strong in the beginning with strong foundations. That's the difference. The next do is to be brave, ask for help, take a course, get a mentor, whatever it is you need. The problem with high achievers or people who have a bigger desire, which is every single one of you on here, is that we like to take control. We want to control everything. They want to figure it out themselves. You need to try and prove to yourself how great you are and that you've just done it on your own. Don't need an upline, need a downline. The old saying, well, that's only said by multi-million-dollar earners. I told you this already. Here's the thing. You don't know until you know. And what's the fastest way to learn? Get around people, or get around the info from the people who know, around the people you can learn from, around the people who are doing it your way, who sound like they're in line with you. I've been in both places, going it alone, and I've also invested a lot of money in a coach, in coaches, I've got to say. I've taken a lot of courses, and I can tell you it took me years to learn what I needed to learn going it alone, and months when I invested in a coach. I have coaches in different areas of my life. I share those people with you, by the way. And it's had, I would say, the most profound effect on my life, particularly the last sort of 18 months. Coaching has had the most profound effect on my life. That's what made me want to become a coach, because I want to have that profound effect on other people's lives by helping you with things like this. Now, let's go back to the big difference. The big difference of the planner and the pro, or the dreamer and the doer, is that the dreamer constantly looks for the next shiny object to build, whereas the doer gets help from a mentor or with a proven system, track record, takes action, makes their dreams come true. That's the difference. The planner will delay and dabble. They'll probably dabble about from one thing to another, but never really making any considerable progress. They ignore their intuition. And of course, before you know it, the days turn into weeks, the weeks turn into months, and you're left stuck feeling overwhelmed, regretful that you didn't take action. And you'll probably be no further forward, and worryingly could have actually gone backwards in that time. Whereas the pro, she takes action, or he takes action, I should say. They take action. They get their just rewards because they take steps forwards. They listen to their gut, their intuition, their mind that's telling them to go for it. This is what I need to know to take me to the next step. They create the life they love, the income they love. And because they act powerfully, they won't stop until they get to where they know they can be. And that's the difference between them two. Now, I don't think you find yourself watching this evening for any other reason other than right now, in this moment, this is exactly what you need to hear and where you need to be. Something I've said, something you've heard, something you're meant to be hearing right now. There's a reason you're watching. It's no accident. I really, really believe that. If you've seen some of my Facebook posts recently, you'll know that I believe in spirituality. I believe in kind of like what's meant to be, but I also believe in taking action. I don't know what the reason is. Maybe it's that you have dreams of being super successful in your business. Maybe you really want to be proud to say, like, I'm a professional network marketer, or that you want to build systems like I have to save you time, your team time. Maybe you want to become a better leader. Maybe you want to be taken more seriously, but you don't know how to because you don't feel like you have that strict structure. Maybe it's that you want to make an impact to build a growing business that allows you to really love what you do and live your life in alignment with what's really important to you. Maybe you want to build that business that I was talking about at the beginning, that you build it from your phone, but you're not glued to it. Perhaps it's about building a legacy or impacting on a much bigger level. That's what I want to do. I want to impact on a much bigger level and leave a mark in the world. And you know that you have a burning desire maybe to do something, but you've just felt like you've been gathering pieces of the puzzle so far, but that this one part of it, you know that to make a massive impact, you need to build that team, but you just can't seem to find the pieces that feel right. This is why I've created Team Builder Pro. And I'm so proud of this. Like, I am beyond proud. I know that I have never, ever in my whole time of going down the rabbit holes of buying courses, of spending hundreds of thousands on coaching, there's never been anything like this. And that's why I'm really, really proud of it. From the bottom of my heart, I feel that this is going to help so many people. Now, whatever the reason is that you're here, I know that it's absolutely possible. Everything that you've got in your head, maybe your heart, deep in your soul, that you really want to make happen, I know you can do it as well. That's why I've shared those 7 secrets with you. As I've told you, I've mentioned my Team Builder Pro now, you know, as I've gone through, because I've delved deep into all of those things that I've talked to you about. It's called the Team Builder Pro because this isn't just a how to recruit course. I got fed up of those. I already tried to do it. It just does not fit with me. This is something that fits with everybody. Whether you're someone who's building your business on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, whether you are building an email list and you are using an email list to speak to people, wherever you are building, this is right for. I got sick of taking like the Facebook course, the Instagram course, the flaming TikTok, or all the other stuff, LinkedIn course. I took everything. And the reality is you can apply this system to every single platform. It's professional on another level of professional. And I've never seen anything like it in the industry. I can hand on my heart say that. If you have, I would eat my hat. You haven't. I know you haven't. This is what we cover in what I cover in the Team Builder Pro course. There's 12 modules. We start with Recruiting 101, the Team Builder Pro mindset, the millionaire mindset. We talk about how to market you, how to set up your socials for recruiting success, how to run your socials to warm up your audience, how to create content and plan content, how to keep track of new friends, what to say to people who friend request you, what to say to turn cold contacts into warm prospects. Not only that, but how to customize your friends list. This is always a real eye-opener to people. They're like, you can do what? You can what? I love showing people that. Also, online tools that you need to recruit to build up your system. The words are so important. I'm going to be sharing all of the words with you and also encouraging you to mold those words that it sounds right for you. My follow-up pro system, which on its own is worth more than the offer of this. It's worth 3 times more of the offer of this. And I know why. I'll tell you why, because I've never, ever, ever found a follow-up system, ever. Never found. You go on YouTube right now and see if you can find a follow-up training, any kind of training about following up that gives you the words to use, how often to use them, what to say, when to say it, and how often to follow up with someone. You can't find it. It doesn't exist. I could charge 1,000,000 times more than what I'm charging for it. It doesn't exist. It's my follow-up pro system and it's amazing. How to run your recruitment system, never miss a prospect. How to deal with any objection with professionalism, not like when someone says, I don't have the time, and you have to say to them, well, it only takes a tiny amount of time. That's desperate. That's convincing. We don't need to convince. We don't need to be desperate. That is not the way to deal with that time objection. I shared all of this with you. Also, you're going to learn some speedy tech hacks that help you offer and follow up with super speed. I'm going to share that with you in a second. I'm going to give you a sneak peek. Also, talk about how to keep expanding your list, how to keep building that audience, how to learn methods of networking online and methods of marketing your opportunity. This is everything you need to know. Everything. So you ready? This is a special one-off webinar offer. There are limited numbers. And it's for a limited time. So you can go now to emmacooperonline.com/pro. Now, my follow-up system on its own should be $14.97 minimum. However, this whole thing at full price is going to be $9.97, and that's going to be for a limited time only. But for those of you listening to this webinar, for those of you maybe getting an email, this is what it's on offer to you at tonight, $497. Now, if you get it tonight, if you get it as a result of listening to the webinar, then you're also going to get some bonuses. This is going to be a live onboarding call. Now, this course will be available to you from the 1st of May. It's going to be from the 1st of May that you will receive an email that says, here is how you log in to your student area. So from the 1st of May, you can start learning. But just prior to that, you're going to get an invitation to attend a live onboarding call plus a private Q&A with me and just the other people who are within those limited numbers and have purchased within the limited time. This is only for those people. We're also going to do, because I have 12 modules to the course, so on average, I would say maybe people do a module a week. It's not a live course in terms of you have to be live online at any time. This is something that you can work through at your own pace. But I will do the live onboarding call at the beginning with the private Q&A. Yes, it is different, Rosalito. And I will also do an offer then of a call and invite you to a private Zoom link after 12 weeks. You will have had time to learn, digest, put into practice, get any questions ready. Anything. Also, by getting this special webinar offer, you'll get the chance to win a 2-hour business strategy call with me. I'm giving away one. Remember, I'm also giving away, I'm going to refund one person the full course price. So one person is going to win the course for free. For payment plans, I would suggest it's not a payment plan thing, but if you want to request a special one, you can message. And my team will probably answer you, and we'll take a look and see what you're thinking. But this is just a one-off offer. The payment plans will be on the higher price. So the chance to win a 2-hour business strategy call with me, just me and you on our own. I know Lynn is on actually, and we had a strategy call the week before last. It was amazing. And then also you're going to get a free bonus training on how to set up boards, which I am going to give you a little sneak peek at in a minute. Now, you've got one of two ways to get to where you want to go. The first is the slow way. Basically, take the formula that I've given you, try and learn each part of that puzzle, each part of that formula, put it all together yourself, then work out a way to implement it into your business and create a system that's going to be duplicatable for you and anyone who joins your team. Go and try and do what you need to do without a solid plan. Now, the planner is renowned for doing this. This is what they always do. And it's the main reason that they never really take any action and get any results, because they're just too busy trying to piece together this huge jigsaw puzzle. And it never works because it's always a mess with lots of missing pieces. Or there's the fast way. And that way is that you're in the driving seat. You have the confidence and the knowledge knowing that every single action you're taking is taking you closer to your goal, because you've got your hands on a system that works and it's step by step, and you're setting everything up for a predictable outcome. Success. It's the way to fast track your results, to skip the overwhelm, the confusion, the frustration, go straight to the results. No trial and error needed. The pro does this. They do this because they know that by doing this, they're valuing their time, and they know that with a little bit of guidance, it can make a massive, massive difference. Let me give you a little sneak peek. I hope I can do this okay. I hope I can share this with you. Actually, let me see if I can do it. New share. Yeah, let me open it up to where. So the most impressive thing about this, is that when I say about saving time, this really is like the biggest time saver. And first of all, I'm going to show you that bonus that I'm going to give. And let me share this with you now. Can you see this, guys? So part of this, for example, in terms of follow-up, you can see is a lot of the follow-up responses. These are lots of them that you will get within this program. Now, there's no live coaching. Sorry, I'm just reading a minute. No, it's not weekly live coaching with this course. This is a course that you will get all of the information up front. It's not drip fed to you. On the 1st of May, it'll go live, and you can go through those 12 modules as fast or as slow as you like. If you do the webinar offer, there are 2 live kind of Q&A stroke private Zooms with me. So, for example, here, just give you an example, there's a 2-month referral follow-up. But let me show you how this can save you like a massive, massive amount of time, because with this app, which is one of the bonuses, I'm going to show you how you're actually in a message. Let me share this with you a second. So you're basically in a message, and what this app allows you to do, and you'll have all of these replies, remember, to access, is that literally if you're in a message and you want to send a response to a no, then you could just go in there and tick and send that. It's so fast, it's crazy. I'm also going to share with you how that will help with obviously responses of like product replies and things like that. So that's going to be one of the things that I'm going to share with you within those 12 modules. So it's a massive, massive time saver. I know that it is. It's huge for me. And whenever anyone sees it, they're like, oh my God, like that is crazy. It's a game changer. It absolutely is. So emmacooperonline.com/pro. If the numbers go tonight, I can only say I'm sorry, but there are limited spaces, and obviously these bonuses are huge. So there are only limited bonuses. So that will make sense to you. So the one-off special price of $497. And as I said, expect the email the 1st of May. You'll get an email giving you access, inviting you to all your free bonus benefits. I will email you before that as well, of course. But it's limited time and limited spaces. So emmacooperonline.com/pro. If the link is active, then there are spaces left at that special price. But once they're gone, they're gone. I'm really sorry about that. All that's left to say for me is thank you. Thank you for engaging. Thank you for taking the time out of your day and your evening to learn some more. You should be able to find it. It should be there. I'll send another email with the link on now to you guys. So congratulations to you 2%ers. I'm proud of you. You pros, ready to change things. And I'm excited to share the live Q&A with you guys as well. And just to get kind of in amongst you together in that kind of smaller meeting space where I can answer anything and we can have that onboarding session to get you guys started. But I do know that once you have all these tools, once you have it to hand, then that is going to make a huge difference. And everything that you have got in your head and your heart and your soul and you know you can achieve, you absolutely can. But you're going to feel way more professional doing it, 100%. So take care, have a wonderful evening, don't miss out, be quick. And I look forward to welcoming lots of you into the Team Builder Pro very soon. Take care, good night.